Yo, dude. What day is it?
It's October.
It's Dirty Magazine Day. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to Dirty Magazine Day. We're here. We're with the J's Tipo Kei K-Car magazine. Not really sure what that means, but it's low and high, and that one's a bit of a it's a bit of a mystery when you put the three together. Not really sure, but I think it's from low to high, possibly. Yeah, we've got our Beat, a cappuccino, the little Honda there, Subaru. No, that's a Mazda. Sorry, Mazda Speed, and the AZ1 over here. Looks like a sunny truck up the top there. Mazda RX-3s, we got RX-7s, Skyline versus RX-7. The 510 Bluebird. Ooh, I like those. Okay, let's get into it. We got some body paint here. Some body paint. Yep, body paint. Right over here, we've got some twin core leads and plugs, some advertising. Over we go, an NSX, goes without saying. Over we go, R380. We're making a body out of fiberglass. There's a lot of work in that. Nissan R3, it says R380 here and R390 here. Alright. Don't really know. Steel frame. Okay, over we go. Pro Racing Oil. They've got it. TRD, the old turd. And a contents page over here. Beat Cappuccino AZ1. That's what we're here for, basically. Let's keep going. Keep cruising, keep cruising. Gab suspension. I think that's what's in my blue Alto, but I'm not really sure. It's coming out anyway. Realistically, it's too old. The Honda, the AZ1, the Beat, the Cappuccino, and the Mazda Speed. I believe that's a Carol, more than likely. I'm sure we'll find out on the coming pages, however. Over we go. Cappuccino, needs no introduction. You know I love them. The Beat. How does Garage K feel about the Beat? Well, I like them. I think they're great. They're fast if you drive them fast. Not an easy car to drive quickly, I'm told, because they don't have a lot of power. AZ1, I mean, it's pretty much undeniable because of the gull wings, but I don't particularly like driving them because the wheel well is so tight in there. So, over we go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We've got the Cappuccino fully opened up here across the top. Beautiful interior. I love the way the Cappuccino interior is, like the dashboard and everything is all sorted out. It's so slick. It's so sleek. Like they've got something on the dash there that shouldn't be there. But other than that, it's a smooth line and everything's integrated into it beautifully. Probably the best out of the three. It is the best out of the three. The dashboard in the Cappuccino is the best out of the three. I said it. There you go. The F6A twin cam. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Hell of an engine. Front engine, rear wheel drive. Yeah. Cappuccino is my favorite. The Beat dash. You've got this center, like the instrument cluster. They just sort of slapped it on there like an afterthought, like a motorcycle. Not a big fan of that. The center console itself was really thin, and it's sort of, the console itself and the dash isn't bad, but the way they just stuck the instrument cluster on there is kind of weird. It's a weird flex. They've got the Mugen wheels on there. It's a beautiful car. I love the way it opens up. The bonnet going, or it's a hood. It's a bonnet, you dickhead. The bonnet going the wrong way. is really cool. The the engine in the back. This is an MR, which means the engine's back here and it's rear-wheel drive. It's just that they're underpowered. Really, that's really their only downside. Okay, AZ1 again. We run with the F6A twin cam, same as the Cappuccino. Uses an Alto gearbox, and it's the engine's back here, and it's rear-wheel drive as well. I don't like driving these because the wheel well, like this wheel is just right there, so you only have about this much space. If you have a size 12 foot, you'll probably have to drive in socks, because you just you can move your foot like this and it touches the wheel well, like that touches the brake. So I mean, it's just not roomy enough. They mounted the CD player on its side. I'm not a fan of that. The instrument cluster is kind of just sort of stuck on there like an afterthought. Not particularly a fan of that. If I owned one, I'd fix it, make it more streamlined. Yeah, but I mean, the biggest feature of the AZ1 is the Gullwing Doors, and the how the lights are behind the bonnet, the hood. I also really like the rear wing on this one. Cool. Okay, over we go. The N360, very cool little car. I don't know that much about them. This one's got a roll cage. I know that they're fun to drive. I've never driven one, but I know they're fun to drive. Everybody says they're fun to drive. What have we got? We've got Carol, Vivio, Cappuccino. I'm not sure what's going on there, but N360 Opti. Opti's an interesting one. The Carol, the Vivio, and the Cappuccino. I'm not really sure why they're there. Or maybe they're the owners. I think that's the owners of the cars. They're just crediting the owners. Anyway, N360. I mean, I love the old school. If you don't like old school, what are you doing? Okay? Over here, we've got the Mazda Speed, the Carol. I mean, we're running, I believe that's an F6A, is it? Is that an F6A? It doesn't say. It is, it's an F6A. So, I mean, they're using a Suzuki engine. So, is it a Mazda? It's Suzuki, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not actually sure if Suzuki released this shape or not. They might have just donated the engine. Again, we're dealing with a weird looking dash where it's just like bubbles of things that, oh, we need this. Just to put that there. You start with a flat piece of metal, and we'll just put this bubble on here and this bubble on there, just to get the things that we need. I'm not a fan. This old school style is much better in my opinion. This looks like it's got detachable metal bumpery bits. We're running with a weird ass side sort of exhaust here. Mirrors are cool. Watanabe, all the things. Oh, we missed this. This is the spare wheel for the N360 is right next to the motor. I'm not sure how the heat from the motor is going to affect the rubber, but it's probably not going to be good for it. Anyway, okay, over we go. Over we go. What have we got here? Suzuki Subaru, the Vivio, the Bistro. It's a Bistro. It's an automatic. All of your hopes and dreams have just disappeared. Bye. Quite zippy, I hear. The 64 horsepower, twin cam. Well, I mean, the SS is a 6-speed manual. And ECVT. I'm not a fan of ECVT ever. So, yeah. I don't know much about this car, to be honest. I don't think they're very attractive. Hate on me all you like, but that's just a personal opinion thing. You might think it's the best looking thing in the world, and that's okay. I don't particularly like it. I think this looks better. Here, the Opti. I mean, it's kind of bubbly, but it's kind of cute. It reminds me of the Fiat 500, kind of. I mean, you can copy my homework, but just don't make it too obvious. What have we got? We've got It's a twin cam NA. I mean, if you're gonna have a K car, it really does need to be turbo. You're just not gonna get crazy horsepower from an NA out of a 3-cylinder. It doesn't happen. So what have we got here? We've got the Town B. I have no idea about this car. The Mitsubishi mini car Town B. There isn't any data on it in there, so we're just going to skip it a little bit. Over here, how do you feel about these? I'm not terribly impressed by them. That is actually a cappuccino that's been modded to look like that. I'm not a fan. I think they look perfectly fine the way they are. I appreciate the amount of work that went into it, but not for me. Not for me at all. I do dig hoods, bonnets that fold the wrong way, however, just because of the novelty. I do dig the dash that's in it, though. That's very old school, very cool. Oh, they've got 100 horsepower, so they've probably got a monster kit in that. Yep. Okay, alright, that's that. If everything's made out of fiberglass. And, oh, what have we, is this a K's or is this an Alto? Good question. It's a Works. Alto Works. You know how I feel about the Works. Soft spot for those. Alright, a bit of nostalgia. Some, is that a Subaru 360? Possibly. I don't know as much about these old ones as I should. But, I mean, research takes time and I don't have a lot of it. I do see a 360 in there. If you know what this says, leave a comment and then we'll all know. Yep. Is that a servo? Possibly a servo. Oh, Gullwing. Cool. Okay. I get there's so much information on these 2 pages and we just don't have the time to go through it all. Unfortunately, if you would like, yeah, I don't even know. I would like to have someone come in and translate it all, but that's not really possible. Okay, over we go. Yo, C-chassis Altos. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. This is like the history of K-car motorsports, looks like. That's a K's, I believe. No, it's not. That's a Swift. Or something else. It's not a K's. It's not even a K-car. 1300 cc's. I think. Oh, it's hard to tell. Yep, don't know. But it's a race car. We know that much. I mean, it probably is a K car, but it's just, there's just so much info there that to scan it quickly, my Japanese isn't good enough to scan it that quickly. I'd be here for 5 minutes trying to figure out what that all meant. And yeah, this video is already going to be an hour long, so ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, the two-stroke machine, the two-stroke machine. How do you feel about 2 strokes? Good in the engine bay, bad in the bedroom? Pika, it's clean. Yeah, there you go. It's I don't even know what it is. It's got two-stroke machine. Two-stroke machine. Two-stroke machine. Yeah, so it's got two-stroke. It's got all of the two-stroke written everywhere, and then not clearly written anywhere that I can see, like, straight away what car it is. It's just, they've just ejaculated two-stroke machine all over this page and neglected to write, like, in bold anywhere what the actual car is. If I look down here, I can see there's like a parts menu. I mean, you probably can't even see it, but it's a It's a Fronty LC10B, LC10W coupe. So it's either one of those two. But yeah, just fap to two-stroke machine. Japanese magazines annoy me from time to time with this ridiculous two-stroke machine, two-stroke machine. Tell us what the fucking car is. Okay, over we go. Enough ranting, raging. Rage quit. 4,500. Okay. Over that. We can go over 4,500. Right. Ha. Okay. Fair enough. Two-stroke machine. Oh no, two-stroke Mazda. I'm not even reading it anymore. I'm just guessing. Bian. Right. Onomatopoeia. I mean, it's a cool car. Let's ignore the text because it's all shit. At LC10W, and I just found that. That's sort of popped out to me. Yep, looks like a question and answer type interview through here. It's just a young kid owning it, not an old guy, so probably got it from his granddad or something. It's 73 year, so that might not be 1973. That might be Showa 73. So don't really know. Yeah, not sure. Japanese years or our years, don't know. So what do we got? 37 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. Not exactly earth-shattering, but then you don't drive this car to drive fast. Wait, you don't own this car to drive fast. It's just cool. The dash is awesome. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Yep, don't know. Oh, it's the antenna. You pull the antenna up because it's gorgeous antenna. Right, it is a cute little car, I must say. All right, let's keep cruising. All right, now here we've got. I've actually I flicked through this magazine once before, and I know what this is. This is like the history of all K cars. I'm not sure if all of them, like literally 100% all K cars are in here, but this is a fairly extensive list, and it's over here. This will take a while if I am to go through them all. So, but it's the 50, 40s, and 30s. 3 people. Yep, it's the album. Yeah, but okay. Anyway, this is going to take a bit of time. What we're going to do is just, well, we're just going to do it, aren't we? 1947 over here. The 260. Interesting. Hondas. We got Subarus. The Carol. Like those. I do like those. That's cool too. I'm not sure what that is. All right, so 1955. We've got the Flying Feather. The Flying Feather. The Flying Feather in 1955. 1955. The Flying Feather. I don't know what a flying feather looks like. There you go. Suzu Wright. The Suzu Wright was the other car from 1955. Then we've got the Constac CL. You're gonna like, this is just exposing how badly I read, but I mean katakana's kind of like that. The Fuji Cabin. Okay. And then in 1957, the Nikkei Taro. Taro. Is it a Taro or a Taro? Don't know. 1958, we got the Subaru 360, and we've got some details about that. It's 16 16 horsepower at 4,500 RPM. Wow, you are not going very quickly anywhere in that thing. But that's what you get when you go NA, isn't it? No, you get no power at all. 1959, we had a whole bunch. It was like an explosion. The other companies jumped on it. Subaru 360. Yep, not going to do that. Okay, we'll try it. Convertible. Subaru 360 convertible. The Daihatsu Midget is now on the scene. Mitsubishi Leo. We've got the Mazda K 360. The Connie 360. I can't, what's the kanji for that? Something wa minika. Oh, I don't know that kanji. Something wa. Might be miwa minika. Don't know. Anyway, it's a 360. Hopstar SY. We've got the Masatsu MF21. What happened to these other companies, man? Humvee. Right, the Humvee Light Band EF11. I wonder if any of these still exist. Like that that Miwa Minicar 360 and the what's that? That's a Musatsu MF21. I wonder if those still exist. Anyone have one of those? Kurogane KB 360. No idea at all. I'd have to Google them. If you want to find a picture of these cars, Google them. Kurogane baby can bus wagon can bus. So maybe Daihatsu bought it. They bought Kurogane because now Daihatsu has the CAN bus and they wouldn't be able to use the name unless they bought out the company. So Daihatsu had success with the midget. Well, Daihatsu is Toyota, so I mean it's a fairly huge company, and Kurogane probably wasn't. So there you go. Yeah, I'm just looking at this picture. I like that car. It's cool. Okay, then we've got 1960 Mazda R360, Subaru 360. We've got another 360, 18 PS. They went up by 2. Awesome. Subaru 450. Yo, they put the big donk in it. The what is that? Ooh, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I can't read that first one. It's a chi, but it's got the chon on it, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe Z. Jia in Zian. Zian maybe. Tokenia. Zianto Konia. Oh wow, I'm just butchering this. Forget it. There was that car, and then Hopstar was out again with a Unicar NL. You see how long this is going to take? Do I keep going or do I stop? Because I mean it keeps going. It keeps going. Oh, it stops there. Yeah, alright. Okay. Where was I? Here we go. In 1961, we had the Fronty LA Subaru 360M again. They released one new one every year, it looks like. Hustler. You know how I feel about those. Hustler EM. It doesn't say who made it. I wonder if that's Suzuki or whether Suzuki bought the name to you, bought the company, or bought the name, bought the rights to the name, or who knows, but they've got it now. Kurogane again, baby light van again. The Carol is out. I guess they're putting details of the most famous cars, perhaps, or the cars that they have actual information on. 550 kilos. It's a single cam, 20 horsepower. So this would be quite possibly, if we go off the data that we have here, this Carol was the highest power Carol. This is a Carol 600. Is that a 600? 1930 millimeters. Fire engine. There's a 4 overhead valve. 358 cc. We don't have any data of that Carol, the Carol 600, but this listing for Carol here has a 358 cc engine, and it puts out 20 horsepower. That is more, presumably, than anything we've had so far. The 450 there might have been more, but they don't have a listing for the horsepower, so we have to... Do we just guess that this was the highest powered car at the time? It could very well have been. Then the Carol 600, same car, but they just put a bigger engine in it. And the mini car. The mini car is out. The mini car. Yep. Is that because Mitsubishi is mini car? Who had mini car before? Who was that? Here it is. But that's not Mitsubishi. That's not the kanji for Mitsubishi. So maybe that's the old Mitsubishi company changed its name in 1961. Is that possible? And then so from whatever that was, whatever that is, they changed the name to Mitsubishi and then released the minicar. Maybe. I mean, this is history. I don't really know. I don't know. 1962. Another fronty. Another Hopstar. Hopstar was a popular one. What happened to it? Okay, alright. The Connie 360 light van. Connie was another a powerhouse in 1962. Connie 360 coach. Connie 360 coach van. In 1963 we had the Subaru 360 Custom. Fronty FEA. Connie Super Goop. That's goo and that's poo. Goo. Super Goop. I don't know. Maybe it should be coupe, but that's a goop, not a coupe. Maybe a typo, or maybe that's what they actually called it. Who knows? Honda T360, and that brings us to the end of 1963. 1965, we just had the fronty. That's it. Everything else was from the year before, I presume. 1966, the Carol MC and a Pharaoh. Interesting. Cool. 1967, Honda N360. Honda enters the game with the 360. They've got 31 PS. So, I mean, as far as we know, according to this, we've got no specs on these, but this may have been the highest horsepower at the time, 31 horsepower. A Fronty 360 CL10. That's this one back here. That's this thing. So this was this says 73 year. But the Fronty 360 CL10 started in 67. Interesting. Wonder if the CL10 kept going for that long, or whether whether I was right and that 73 is Japanese years, not actual years. Anyway, we'll find out next time on Garage K. So then 1968 we had the mini car, we had the Honda N600, we had the Honda N360T. N360T had 36 horsepower, so they're upping it even more. The Pharaoh SS, Subaru 360 Young 360 Young SS, okay. And a Fronty SS. The Fronty SS had 36 horsepower at 7,000 RPMs. Oh wow, whoa, back up. This Honda 360, 36 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. That's what I'm talking about. It's, yeah, okay, cool. That would be awesome. In 1968, that would have blown minds probably. 1969, we had a minicar 70 series, minicar 70 GSS, Subaru R2. Ooh, the first R was in 1969. R2. When did they bring the R1 out, I wonder? I'll find out in the next pages, I suppose. So here we've got a bunch. Harada-san. He's remembering. Yep. A bit of racing here. Well, I've never seen that before. Honda vans. These are dope. Little ute. Yep. Okay, over here. 1970, we had the minicar 70 GL. 34 PS. There you go. Honda N3 360. And the Honda Z came out. Honda Z had, why did they put this here? Honda Z had 31 horsepower at 850 RPM. Sorry, 8,500 RPM. Fronty Triple S and SS 36 horsepower. The Fronty 71 3 cab 36 horsepower or 34 horsepower. Honda ZGS twin cab 36 horsepower. Interesting. 36 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. Honda were really into high revving engines really early on, weren't they? Minicar. What's this? Skipper GT SU twin cab. So it has SU twin cab carburetors. 38 horsepower. Yo. Well, it says 30 horsepower here. Is that a typo? Which one's correct? We'll never know. Fronty 71. Fronty 71. I'm still looking for this, what was it? LC10. Fronty LC10. Yes. 34 horsepower. LC10W. And it's supposed to be a 73. Oh, we're not there yet. I might just go and have a look. I mean, that's probably it there, isn't it? Anyway, forget about that. Let's keep going. So the Fronty 71. We've got 37 horsepower, 6,500 RPM. The Life, it's water cooled. 30 horsepower, 8,000 RPM. The Fronty Max, the Fronty Coupe, Fronty Coupe, 1972. The Life, sheeting, life sealing. Series 36. If I'm making mistakes, just cut me some slack. I don't read that often. If I'm making mistakes and you see it, chill, all right, Mr. Samurai loving Japan. I'm just not all about it. Right. I digress. The Rex GSR 37 horsepower. Rex is a popular one. Quite often I get people from Australia asking me for Rex parts, and it's just too old. We don't have any of that stuff left. All right. What do we got? We got the Shanty FR, water cooled, 2-stroke, 33 horsepower. The Minicar F4, the 4-cycle, which means it's a regular 4-cylinder engine, 36 horsepower. The Honda ZB Pida. Okay. Fronty FMC. Well, we're to 1973. The Fronty 2-cycle. It probably is that other one. 37 horsepower. The Life is out. We had one here in 1972 as well, actually. Oh, 1971 as well. I didn't, yeah, I think 1971 was the start of the Life. Okay, Minicar F4, we got a Rex 4-cylinder. 1974, we had the Minicar F4. Number plate. big. Right, okay. Not sure why that's significant. 1975 had the Rex come out. K-Car. S51 year. Yeah, see, this is Showa. Okay, Showa 51 looks to be when the actual K thing started, maybe, because they've got that rare. Yeah, I think that's Hajime no, which is the start. So the K, the start of the K was Showa 51, which is probably 1975, which is why it's lined up with it like that. But I mean, I'm kind of guessing here. Anyway, they've gone for a 358cc, 31 PS, or 31 horsepower at 8,000 of those RPMs. 1976, we got a Rex. Look how many, like, that we started from just a few makers and a few cars. Now we're getting like multiple models from multiple different companies. Some of the originals aren't still here, but like the big companies are really pumping them out. 1976, the Rex 5. It's the new, the wide body, 4-stroke, 490 cc's. So okay, so I guess you're allowed to. All right, I'm not going to speculate. Mini car, 500 cc's, 30 horsepower. They've gone up in capacity but haven't gained horsepower. Weird. The front, the Floor Max, Ferro Max, 4-stroke, 550 cc. we got no horsepower reading here at all. The Fronty 1-S 2-stroke, 443 cc, 26 horsepower. I'm seeing a pattern of no power out of the 2-strokes, which is probably why they stopped doing it. Although it wasn't like, I mean, we're gonna find out when the Jimny came, but there was a 2-stroke Jimny quite a long way after this, like a lot later. Let's find out when that comes along. Rex 550 water cooled, 4-stroke, 31 PS. The Fronty 4-cycle, 547, 28 horsepower. Mini car, the Ami 55. It's a 31 horsepower. Max Kuore. Max Kuore? Kuore. Ah, the Kuore. That rings a bell. Kuore. Who made that? Subaru, I think. Subaru? Suzuki? Anyway, I digress. Keep going. 547 cc's, 28 horsepower, front wheel drive. Interesting. The Serbo. The Serbo is the, like, sister or mother of the Alto, in my opinion. So here it is in 1977, 2-stroke, 28 horsepower, RR. Well, that is interesting. Okay, rear engine, rear wheel drive. 1978 saw the Rex 550 swing back, and a mini car, Ami 55, 31 horsepower engine. And 1979, here she is in all her glory, the Alto. Alto makes its debut 1979, 539 cc, 28 horsepower, 5,000 RPM. Welcome to the club. Fronty FF also came out with it's the box style. Engine is a 4-stroke, 31 horsepower, and a 2-stroke, 28 horsepower version as well. Over we go. Right. Now things start getting interesting. Well, more interesting. We've got a lot of all-stars. I mean, the all-stars are all on this page. Aside from the AZ one, we've got the Mighty Boy, we've got the C chassis, the Cappuccino, that's a Today, isn't it? I think that's a Today. I don't know what that is, but it looks Honda to me. The Rex, Subaru Rex, very cool. It is a shame they abandoned that shape so early on. We've got the earlier C chassis. I've forgotten what that thing is. We've got a Daihatsu's on the scene. Works debut. We've got the Carol, and what is that thing? That's a minicar. The minicar. Okay, so let's get into it. 1980, the Mirror. The Mirror, the birth of the Mirror. Miracore. Okay, 1980. 1981, Attore. The Attore came out in 1981. We had a Rex, Combi, Minicar Econo, Minicar Econo, radio. 1982, the Serbo RR Kara FF ni engine more 2-stroke Kara 4-stroke air. Okay, so what that means is that the servo changed from RR to FF, and the engine changed from 2-stroke to 4-stroke in 1982. You can't get this kind of information on any other channel, can you? Garage K. Unbelievable. Fantastic content. Wouldn't you agree? If you do, push the like button. Because I'd like that. If you like this, I'd like if you push the like button. Radio 1983, Mighty Boy debuts. Here she is. The Mighty Boy. Love him or hate him, I've never met anybody who doesn't like the Mighty Boy. It's a crowd favorite. Yeah, it's what are it? 543 cc's, 29 ps, 3-cylinder overhead cam, single overhead cam. Yeah, that's the birth of the Mighty Boy. Minicar turbo. Could that be the first turbo car that we've seen? It could very well be. It could be. The original Alto, it doesn't say turbo, so it might not have been. This minicar in 1983 may have been the first K car turbo, and that is huge. That is absolutely huge. Without that, we wouldn't have the Cappuccinos, we wouldn't have the AZ1s, we wouldn't have the All-Stars. So minicar, thank you for bringing that in, if you are actually responsible for that, but it's quite possible that it was. 1983, yep, Mighty Boy, the minicar turbo, Mirror 4-wheel drive. Is that the first 4-wheel drive K car? Could very well be. Minicar and Mirror. Oh, the Alto 4-wheel drive. Yo, so that'll be this one. So the Mirror and the Alto and the Rex were pioneered K-car 4-wheel drives in 1983, and Minicar brought the turbo, it looks like, from this. 1984, the Mirror walk-through van. The Mirror walk-through van came in 1984, and the Alto front mount cooler? No. What is FMC? I'm good at this. I can think of all sorts of things that can go, like if you just give me a group of letters, I can arrange them, form sentences out of them. I'm pretty good at it. But I'm not going to go into all of the things that have come into my mind with FMC. If you can think of anything that, like one word that fits F, one word that fits M, and then one word that fits C for a sentence, put it in the comments. I'm not going to, because all of mine are dirty. Okay, keep going. 1985, the Mirror FMC's out again. The Alto twin cam. That's not... Is that the first twin cam? That is significant. So I'm just going to flick back and see if I can find another twin cam real quick. Nothing good ever happened real quick. I don't think anything else before this had a twin cam. Single overhead cam. Single overhead cam. I mean, if another car had a twin cam, they would have mentioned it, right? Because it's big. Niki, see, it's weird that they say Niki and there's like two, and then Genki no Ki, like it's two, and that kanji, and then overhead cam. That might be twin cam, but it's hard to know. And this one too. Okay, so these might have been twin cams, so it's hard. I mean, this is the first car that's been called DOHC. That I am sure of. So nothing else has been called double overhead cam. Maybe they had twin cams, but maybe the second cam was driven off the first, if you know what I mean. This is a true twin cam where the timing belt runs both cams. I know that. So anyway, 4-valve, double overhead cam, 42 horsepower. That's high. We haven't had anything that high yet that's been written. The Alto, there you go. The Today. The Today debuted in 1985. So did Back to the Future. Today, the Mirror TRX. That's this guy here. We had 50 horsepower. Whoa, okay. 547 cc's, 50 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. There we go. Finally got it out. Single overhead cam turbo. Was that turbo? Twin cam. 42 doesn't say turbo. Nope. NA by the looks of it. So the Mirror, we had our mini car turbo, then the Mirror TRXX comes out with a turbo, and then pretty much everybody went turbo after that except for Honda. Honda were very late to the turbo game. 50 horsepower, 6,500 RPM. I know I've said it about 50 times, but I finally got it right. 1986 Alto works. The Alto works. What have we got? We've got it's a 4-valve and a turbo. So this is the first turbo one. We can possibly say possibly say this is the first turbo Alto. 543 cc's. It's got 64 horsepower. Okay, so they're just upping it, just bettering themselves all the time. I wonder if that's an F6A or an F5A Alto. I'd have to look at the service manual to check that, but we're not going to do that right now. What's this? A Rieser. Rieser came out. Rex FMC is out again. Again, we've got this 2, and then that. I'm going to have to look that. I have to check that in post. What does that actually mean? Is that twin cam or not? SC, don't know. 55 horsepower model and lineup. 544 cc's, 55 horsepower, 6,400 RPM. It's interesting because some K cars even today don't have more than 55 horsepower. The fact that we were getting that in 1985 from a Rex single overhead cam, non-turbo, makes the is it single overhead cam or not? I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got 55 horsepower from a car in 1986. The cars today, like, they're just making them cleaner, but they're not making them faster or more powerful. It's kind of disappointing. We were already here in 1986. Why can't we get more power out of these engines? Like, what are they doing? Anyway, I digress. 1987 Rex ECVT. ECVT. I wonder if that's a CVT gearbox. It probably is. So it's an automatic. Interesting. In 1987. Wow, okay. Alto FMC. In 1988 we had the Turbo FMC, the Today, One cam, 12 valve, a PGM F1, 44 horsepower. There you go. 1989 Carroll, a Rex, 61 horsepower. Mini car, hot model. The Dungun. Ooh. The Dungun. Hot model Dungun double overhead cam 5 valve. Really? That's a 20 valve. What? How the hell does that work? Wow, okay, so the minicar had a 4-cylinder engine. It had a 20 valve 4-cylinder, 64 horsepower. Wow, that is dope. 548 cc's, 64 horsepower, 1989. Like Mitsubishi pushing limits. They were pushing limits. The Dungun, double overhead cam, 20 valve, 64 horsepower. Awesome. A little 4-cylinder. That's awesome. 1990. What do we got? The Mirror, 660 cc's, Alto. This is new. I think this is new model, 660 cc. So 1990 looks to be the year when they changed from 550 to 660. Because we've got these all new models, new model. We've got the Alto, the minicar, the Rex, the Today, the Carroll, servo mode, 4-cylinder. Is that a 4-cylinder? No, I'm not going to jump the gun here. Wait. It's a 4 valve. It's a 4 valve twin cam. Yeah, right. Okay. I understand what's going on. So it's a twin cam, 16 valve, turbo, 64 horsepower at 7,000 RPM. So this is going to be your F6A twin cam. The debut of the probably the debut of the F6A twin cam. Well, it is, because this is F5A. F6A twin cam, 1990, and the Alto and the servo mode got it. Actually, I take that back. I'm not sure if the Alto did get it here or not, because that's Alto new model. It doesn't say Alto Works. 1991, we had the debut of the Beat. The Beat had 64 horsepower, NA, 8,100 RPM. Cappuccino debuted, turbo, twin cam. We know all about that. 64 horsepower, 6,500 RPM. I'm not going to go into the Cappuccino. We know all about it. The Rieser Spider. Oh, I've heard of that. Rieser Spider. There it is there. That's it there, isn't it? That's it there. That's the Rieser there. I'm not sure if it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to. It says there what this is. It is the Rieser, but it's got a whole bunch of stuff about the mirror components. They used the mirror components, specialty, something or other, Rieser. So it's basically a mirror, but it's a special mirror. The Rieser Spider. There you go. Okay, keep cruising. 1992, the Opti debuted. We had the Vivio 4-valve, which is 16-valve, overhead cam, supercharged. That's what SC's going to be. Supercharged. Okay, if that's supercharged, then, FMC might be front mount cooler, and they might have been turbo quite a long way back. The Alto front mount cooler. It doesn't change anything. Keep going. But yeah, the Vivio was supercharged. So I know the SC does mean supercharged. 64 horsepower. And we have, of course, the other superstar, the debut of the AZ1. And we know all about that. 64 horsepower. 6,500 RPM, same engine as the Cappuccino, but it uses the gearbox out of one of those. 1990. Oh, and we had the Carol. The Carol came out again in 92. 93, the Today. FMC again. Minicar. The Dungun. What have we done to it this time? 64 horsepower, 7,000 RPM. We're still running a 20 valve. That is amazing. Surprising there isn't more of these around. Like the number of AZ1s sold and the number of Cappuccinos sold. But if you wanted to buy the Dungun, you couldn't. Like if you wanted to buy one of those today, if you wanted, like, if you were in the market for like a hot K car, right? The Beat. Easy. Get on Yahoo Auctions. Find one, no problem. Alto, no problem. Carol, yeah, you can probably find one of those. Cappuccino, not a problem in the world. AZ1, yep, if you've got 1,000 million trillion frickin' dollars, you can buy one of those. A Cara, not so easy. Not so easy, but possible. Cara's the same as an AZ1, just made by Suzuki. AZ1 has a Suzuki engine in it, so there's a debate really kind of going on. I don't really know the answer. Which one came first? Is the AZ1 just a rebranded Suzuki, or is the Cara just a rebranded Mazda with a Suzuki engine in it, when the AZ1 has a Suzuki engine in it too? I don't know. I'm inclined to believe that it's actually a Suzuki, and they sold it to Mazda so they could make an AZ1 out of it. Because a lot of Mazda's cars are not made by Mazda. They just changed the badges. So I believe they did that for the AZ1 as well. Even if it's not documented, I still reckon that's what they did. 1993, we had the Today. We had the Minicar. What did we do? Still going. Minicar. That's Dungun 20 valve. They're still doing it. 1993. That's what I was saying. That I find it really surprising that you can't buy one of those. Like you can buy a Beat easy. You can buy a Cappuccino easy. You can't buy a Rieser though if you want one. Too hard. I don't believe you'd be able to find one if you wanted one. AZ1 you can get easy. Today you can get easy, but a Dungun, no. No, not easy to buy at all. Then again, I'm not actively looking, so they might be easier than I believe. But, I mean, I haven't seen one, so there you go. Wagon R's debut, 1993. That's a milestone, isn't it? The Mirror FMC, the Pajero Mini. Pajero Mini debuted in 1994. That's huge, isn't it? And 1995, the Move. You know what I say every time I get stuck behind a Move? Move. They're always slow moves. They're always in the way. And that's it. That is it. We've come to the end of it. 1995 is the end of the evolution. So 80 to 95, yeah. So 95, we've made it through. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, have a drink, and come back to the rest of this magazine. Alright, so due to the fact that the first 31 pages took almost an hour, I'm going to do this magazine in 2 sections. If you would like to see the second half of this magazine, make sure you've subscribed so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one. Later.